also, I don't know if it's a connection or something we can explore, but, I had the pleasure to play the role of dramaturg on a piece over at Rowland, actually. That was Rutgers, Camden.
Oh, yeah.
That revolved around Victor.
Yes.
Records, and they had a campus of 25 buildings at one point.
I've been down to their basement, it's got all that, and they haven't done
Oh, you mean
anything with
Victor
it.
recorded?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. So many of those famous records.
Oh, my gosh.
Moten Swing, Camden,
That's
New
what I'm
Jersey.
saying. I
Yeah.
mean, so
Yes.
between
see it
Victor
from
and
here,
RCA.
Is that right?
Oh,
Well, and speaking of
See, enough, you
that,
can,
Yeah, and you know where it all is, it's in the Camden Historical Society. Not in that basement, I'm trying to think of where. No, they had a lot of that stuff in the Camden Historical Society basement. I was down there working on World War I posters, getting them ready, and when I was an intern. Anyway, so I went down there, Victor talking machines, his eyes, as far as the eye could see, all these records, and
The
it was,
history is phenomenal.
yeah.
They didn't even look like records, there's other things.
They had the cylinders in them too.
So that, just tapping into that as far as our archive.
Well, they're not doing anything with it,
Yeah.
so.
Wow.
And I know over the years, speaking to different musicians, Elliot Levin, to name one, he used to talk about going up to Penn and playing live on air. And some of that stuff they threw out a lot of stuff, not realizing what they had, but there may be some of that stuff still around as well at some of the local university radio stations. We talk about RTI, but KDU as well at Drexel,
Yeah.
and maybe Penn, has access to some of that stuff as well.
and the main thing is, like, once you get it, you have to digitize.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Because
it.
it goes back to accessibility again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, if you have it and it's deteriorating, it's not.
Yeah, and I used to, from about 1993 to about 2010, I recorded a lot of the shows that I used to do. And I was listening recently to a conversation with Jeff Lee Johnson and Wadu. So a lot of that stuff I have on cassette.
Oh,
okay.
God.
But I always look away from it because, with cassettes, you can't just rip like you can a
I
CD.
know,
You
that's-
have to go through it.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's very tedious, but I do have some
Okay.
of that stuff that eventually I'll make my way to.
Now, Michael, do you still have, because I know a lot of people don't have their albums anymore, but speaking of what Jermaine was talking about with the social, political thing, if you look at all the local albums that came out of here in the liner notes, you're going to find a lot of political stuff right on the back. I know Catalyst did when they.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still have a lot of vinyl, but again, going back to fans and audience, I mean, over the years, folks attend concerts, they get albums signed, autographed, and what have you. I think there's a pool of folks out there that we can also call upon as well that
Right.
would be excited to participate.
Yeah.
Well, and this is a reason to really think about a follow-up grant, because you need for somebody to sit down with Michael's tapes and listen to the tapes.
Right.
And beyond cassettes, if anything's on reel-to-reel, even if it looks like it's not
Oh, yeah.
usable,
Yeah.
there's a way, I'm sure you know, that they bake it or something.
Right, that's
That's
right.
true.
But that's
Right.
very time-consuming.
And expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
George Blood,
Yeah,
up
he's
in Chestnut
expensive.
Hills, the world-renowned sound restorations.
Oh, perfect.
Here in Philly.
Oh, that's-
Expensive as all get out.
Yeah.
But you get what you pay for.
We
That's
we
not-
use him
Yeah, he's,
at town hall
World-renowned.
in the library, but he is expensive.
yeah. And following up on Steve Rowland
Oh, yeah.
has a ton of, y'all know, I mean, he recorded so many interviews, and I mean, he's out in Seattle now.
Well, he's here in Seattle. And,
Yeah,
Is he back and forth?
well, yeah, he's back and forth.
Okay.
He did that.
We gotta-
Really nice.
Oh, no, he's a phenomenal resource.
Yeah.
And the radio piece he did on Coltrane.
Oh, yeah.
was
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
great.
no, that's really phenomenal.
What happened to Jack Burkle?
I
He
believe
died?
Jack Pert passed.
Did he pass?
I believe he passed.
I mean,
a few years ago.
those things he did on RTI,
Oh, yeah.
those little 8
Oh, yeah.
minute,
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot
those
about
are gold.
Yeah.
I forgot about those.
Did RTI save any of that?
I would have to investigate. Again, I can talk to Tobias about it. He
Yeah.
would be my guy to talk to, but
One thing you might want to do is put a call out to the community, because people did tape
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
audio tapes, you know, they might have the audio
Mhm.
tapes of interviews
Mhm.
also
Yeah.
in their possession.
Yeah,
Bootleg recordings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, brother that passed away recently, Carter Walls. I mean, every week he taped my show because he couldn't listen while it was actually on the air. So
Right.
he would record the shows and listen to them later.
Mm.
And I know there's other folks that do that. And if they do it with me, they do it with other shows.
Absolutely.
You know, not just at RTI, but, you know. So, you know, I think that, again, that call to the community to you know, incite activity with the
Yeah.
fans and
It's a good word.
audience.
And you never know, because I've heard bootlegs of, you can tell the guy, you know, like a live broadcast, somebody is taping it at home off their radio, you know? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like that floating around, let alone the people that were sneaking stuff into clubs. I got a Miles Quintet thing from, what's the joint they used to play in Brooklyn? When
Oh, the coronet?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jack DeJohnette is playing so loud that, you know, the waitress is yelling and the customers to try to order drinks are having to yell so loud because the band is
That's
so loud.
terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's priceless.
Absolutely.
And there are, you know, there's a few guys that I used to collectively refer to as the lone gunmen, tribute to the X-Files. And then I used to have them, you know, appear on the show, never use their names, but we would play stuff that they recorded at concerts.
Right.
Oh,
And-
really?
Yeah, so it was the lone gunman in the studio with me. It was no names
Oh, what
used.
a great.
But these guys, if there's something interesting happening in Philadelphia, they're probably recording it. And they've been doing this for probably 20 years or so. So a lot of stuff that has happened in that time, there's some of that material out there.
Okay.
So there's you know, I think there's different pockets that we can tap into.
I'd like to get a hold of some of the old jazz writers that the Inky used to use. You know, because
Yeah.
I know they got tons of stuff,
Oh,
of
sure.
albums that they reviewed,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
and we could also include jazz criticism of Philly people as part of the site, and do you know, historiography of all that
Yeah,
particular.
you should. I mean, as much as we
Did a lot of good.
performers, I'm not, you know, we hate the critics, but still, we know them all, and we know they're passionate. I mean, Francis Davis, is
Yeah.
an old-time Philadelphia
Yes.
critic.
Yes.
He's passionate about the music.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
And he did say about one album where I'm a side person, he said, of all the people on the album, mine is the music that sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Good thing or a bad thing?
I know. I wrote to him, I said, was it the smooth kind or the crunchy kind? I don't know what kind of peanut butter I'm tasting like, but he wouldn't answer me.
It's a mention.
What's
It's a
that?
mention. It's a mention.
But it's a mention. And he was saying he liked it. He was
Yeah.
saying it stays with you, but he just had a funny way of saying it.
Well,